Hello and welcome to the Essex Boys Murder Case Part 18. Before watching this video, I recommend watching Part 4 onwards on YouTube, as these videos are all about the key individuals and the murder victims' movements on the day of the 6th of December 1995. Quick mention to the Facebook page called The Real Essex Boys Murder Club, which is in capital letters. If you're interested, please feel free to join, as there's some great people on there with a lot of knowledge on this subject. So the next key individual we're going to be tracking is Darren Nichols. I'm not ruling out his first statement where he said he met Mick Steele and Jack Wooms at Ron Parkinson's motorcycles in Mark's Tea at 6 PM instead of 5 PM. And let's not forget, his friend Colin Bridge said he dropped Darren Nichols off at his address at 5 PM and stayed for a coffee that evening, or one of the evenings, in early December. So I'm not ruling it out just because of the timings don't add up, based on the estimated time of death of Pat Tate, Tony Tucker and Craig Rolfe. Let's not forget, the only reason the estimated time of death is because Tony Tucker and Pat Tate's phones were not used after 7 PM. And that's it. They didn't answer their mobile phones after 7 PM. That doesn't mean they are dead at that time. For example, they could have been held at gunpoint for some time. We don't even know if they were down the White House Farm track at 7 PM. They could have met the killers somewhere else, for example the West Hanningfield Farm, which is just up the road from White House Farm, and it's where the farmer found a lot of cannabis on his land, probably dropped off by a light aircraft, but I'll save that video for another day, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm not ruling out the meeting at Mark's Tea happened at 6 PM, and I don't think, as I've said before, we have not got access to all these phone logs for that day. So for this video, I'm going on Darren Nichols' second statement, where he said he met Mick Steele and Jack Wooms at Ron Parkinson's motorcycles in Mark's Tea at around 5 PM. Now, as you can see, there's a phone log at 4:39 PM with Darren Nichols contacting Mick Steele on their mobiles. Is this the call Darren Nichols is telling Mick Steele he's setting off and he will be at Mark's Tea in about 20 minutes? So according to Darren Nichols, he said that he met Mick Steele and Jack Wooms, if they ever met, to discuss business. They would always meet at a mutual place, which was a rough distance for all three to travel. The place being Mark's Tea. As you can see on the map here, the red marker is where Darren Nichols is, in Braintree, and the grey marker to the right over here is where Mark's Tea is, and as you can see, it's roughly 20-24 minute journey. Add on for the winter conditions and the rush hour traffic, say 25 to 30 minutes to arrive. So if that phone call from Darren Nichols to Mick Steele at 4:39 PM to say he's on his way, he would have arrived at Ron Parkinson's motorcycles in Mark's Tea at, say, between 5 and 10 past 5. Now this is Ron Parkinson's on Mason Road in Mark's Tea, and as we look around this place, it looks like it's on an industrial estate. Now I've looked around this particular area, and I don't think Darren Nichols, Mick Steele and Jack Williams met here. And the reason why I say this is because in Darren Nichols' statements he mentions little things like pulling up at some flats opposite Ron Parkinson's motorcycle shop, and there ain't no flats round here. I've looked, searched, and it literally is just an industrial estate. I'm thinking this place that is on the Google search is where Ron Parkinson's motorcycles moved to after the events back in 1995. This place is in Marks T, and it's down as Parkinson Motorcycles, Unit C5, 9 and 10, Mason Road, Colchester, CO1 1BN. Now there is another place on a search of Ron Parkinson's motorcycles in Marks T that I found, although the shop isn't there anymore, but we'll have a look. So when I put the other address of Ron Parkinson's garage at 35 to 37 London Road, Colchester, it brings up this postcode area, which is CO61DZ. So this house on the right, the beige coloured one here, is 49 London Road, and just over these bushes and trees here will be 47, and the next door to that is the Bungalow Cafe, which I will show you a different view of it in a bit. And then if you look ahead, just over here, this is another company address, and as you can see, it's just a pile of bricks and rubble, just where the yellow sign is to the left. So it looks like some sort of building has been knocked down. Now back then, I don't know what it was there, but now it is a car sales place and is 41 London Road. So this is the main London Road, and as you can see to the right, where I'm circling now, is the beige coloured house, number 49, and then the red brick house there being number 47, and then next to that house is the Bungalow Cafe. Obviously we couldn't see it on the a moment ago, but that's the Bungalow Cafe there. And we'll have a quick look down there if you want. I mean, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I do get a lot of people on Facebook asking me, where's Marks T? I can't find it. And to be honest with you, I don't think the old one, the one that we went to first, I don't think that's it. That's gone a bit too far there. But yeah, I mean, it is hard to find. But if we come back out here, and if we just go a little bit further up here, the pile of rubble that we saw a moment ago, this is it now. It's actually a car sales place. That is 41 London Road, and to the side of that is Mill Road. If you go down there, there's just a few houses behind this part here on the left hand side, and it leads to nowhere. I think it's just a field if you go down there. And then what we'll do is we'll look further up here, and there's some houses and apartments on the right hand side. Matt's T radio on the left hand side, and I don't know when these apartments were built on the right hand side, but there's houses behind it as well. As you can see just in the background there, I'm circling, this company bought the land, and like I say, there's houses built behind here. But unfortunately, Google Maps, you can't get actually down there. So there is some area behind there somewhere, and I'm guessing that's where Ron's motorcycle shop was. And the reason why, which I'll just show you in a moment, if we get back down here, just here, so you've got the bungalow cafe there, the car sales garage there, land behind there, and just here on the right hand side there is actually some flats on this road here called the Rookeries. And this is more or less opposite to where I think Ron Parkinson's motorcycle shop was at the time. And as you can see, I'll just try and show you here, there's some flat numbers on the side of the door there that I'm circling. But this is, yeah, all these are flats. And it's a dead end, but this is where I think Darren Nichols parked up that evening. I think he'd have parked up round here, and like he says in his statement, which I can read if I can find it, when arriving in Mark's T, he says he parked outside some flats in his white Golf convertible opposite Ron Parkinson's motorcycle shop, and as you can see opposite the car sales place, there's some flats. The street's called the Rookeries, so maybe this place is what he was talking about in his statement. And I'm thinking Ron Parkinson's motorcycle shop would have been just behind here somewhere. Right, I'm just going to quickly show you this, because there might be people saying, "Oh, do you know these flats were about in 1995?" So I've looked up the Rookeries where we've just been to, and as you can see, this one here is 12 the Rookeries, and on the 7th of April 1995 it was sold for £35,000. So that confirms that the flats were there at the time. I mean, I'm not 100% certain if the shop is there or was there at the time, but these flats were definitely there. And the Google search that I did actually brought up this area. So okay, I'm going to leave it there for now, and what I'll do is I'll quickly give you a quick roundup of where all the key individuals are. So we have Darren Nichols, Mick Steele and Jack Wilms arriving at Ron Parkinson's motorcycle shop at around 5 to 5:15 PM. Sarah Saunders is at her mum's address in Kingswood, Basildon at 3:30 PM. Craig Rolfe having returned on his journey near Grays Police Station, is back at his address in Chafford 100 Grays up to 5:15 p.m. Tony Tucker is at his home address in Fobbing at around the same time. Pat Tate is at his bungalow on Gordon Road, Basildon, at 6 p.m. Nipper Ellis is at his home address in Swanage, Dorset, at 5:50 p.m. And the grey Fiat Uno Turbo, what Billy Jasper will be using later, has arrived at the Peacock's Gym in London. Thank you all to the YouTube subscribers. I hope you've enjoyed the quick video. Don't forget, you can join the Real Essex Boys Murder Club on Facebook, which is the biggest and best Essex Boys group out there. Last time I checked, I think we had 18,000 members, and it hasn't even been a year yet since the group's been up and running. We get an average of 150 to 200 member requests a day, so the group is growing bigger and bigger every day. It's a lively group with lots of discussions. All we ask is respect other people's opinions on there, as we all have our own theories of what we think happened that night. A quick thank you to the admins, Danny, Amy and Andrew, and the moderator Tina, who do a great job of keeping this group ticking over. So until next time, take care.